Okay, I think we are live. Yes, fantastic. Okay. Hello everyone. I hope this is working. I had a few issues when I was setting up. So if you can hear me, if you are watching this video and no problems, let me know. Please say hello as well. I'm starting to learn everyone's name, and that's the first name on the list, Yaman. Good to see you. How are you doing today, Yaman? Hello, nice to see you. I can't say your name, so I'm going to call you GH. Thanks for joining us, GH. And Mustafa. Hi, Mustafa. How are you doing? Did you all have a good week? I've got a few bits of news to share, so I'll be sharing that shortly. Ogyong? I think Ogyong Hwang. So it looks like perhaps you are Korean. Hello and welcome. So we've got Yaman. Who are you referring to? Is that Mustafa? Is another Turkish person? I'm not familiar. I'm not very familiar with Turkish names, so I couldn't really recognize that. So how are you all doing? Did you have a good week? Please share how everything's going, and please let me know if everything is okay. Ogyong. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Because that's a bit difficult to read. I can read Korean, but it looks like Ogyong. Please let me know. So yes, share with me. How was your week? Did you have a good week? Oh, fantastic. I had a very, very busy week. I'm very tired, but I do have good news. I'm changing office. So I'm moving to a bigger office, a nicer office, a cleaner office with a lovely window that looks out over Seoul. So I'm very, very excited. I'm moving. To those of you who know, Ogyong maybe will know this. It's in Sonlung Station. So it's right in the heart of the business area, Gangnam. And I'm very, very excited to move there. So for whoever is in Korea or can visit Korea, let me know. You can come and drop by, have a cup of tea. I think there might be a slight delay in the chat. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of seeing things quite slowly today, but we'll see. As I said, I did have some issues setting up. So Mustafa is from Turkey. And hello, Heidi. Nice to see you again. How are you doing? Did you have a good week? Good to hear Ogyong had a good week as well. Yes, I moved to Sonlung. Very, very excited. It's a lovely office, and I will be streaming from there, I think, soon. Not quite ready yet. I need to set up a few things, but very excited. So it's going to be a busy weekend, actually. Moving day is Sunday, so I will be moving on Sunday. Busy day. So I think we've got a few people watching now. So GH, we've got our first question. Deceitful, deceptive, and deceiving. What's the difference among these words? That's a very difficult question. I'll answer it briefly because we have lots to get through. Basically, deceitful is how you describe someone or someone's action as being full of deceit. So it is an action or a person that has a deceit, and deceit means to fool or trick someone. So it's being untruthful. Deceiving is the same kind of thing. It describes someone's action. They are being deceiving. And then deceptive. Deception is different. It's not quite so negative. To be deceptive is to not to kind of bend the truth and to kind of not show things as truly as they should be shown. So, you know, I could answer a question deceptively by bending the truth and kind of tricking you. So I hope that explained it. I'm going to move on. So Yaman has a question as well. I have a question. Everybody does. But they do. But they do. But is plural? I don't quite understand your question, Yaman. Sorry. I have a question. Everybody does. But they do. But is plural? Ah, I think I understand what you mean. So you're saying everybody. Hello, Diane. Sorry. How are you doing? Nice to see you on here again. I'm looking forward to your tricky British English questions. Sorry, going back to Yaman's question. So everybody does. Because everybody, everyone, everything always refers to one. Okay. Now, obviously, it does refer to, it's using the singular. So every singular. And that's why they use the singular. But they is referring to the plural. So that's why we do use the plural. So it's they do, everybody does. Okay. So same with everyone. The thing that you can compare it to is all people. All people, people is plural. Everyone, one is singular. So that's why. Okay, hopefully that explains it. Thanks, it was okay. Heidi, yes, same here. I mean, I've got a busy weekend coming up, but me too. I'm happy the weekend is here. How's the weather over there, Heidi? Do you have snow yet? You must have some significant snow by now, don't you? Okay, well done, Yaman. So yeah, I hope I described that well. It's the end of a long day, so I don't know how my explanations are going to be today, but I will try my best. I always do. So yes, the big news is I'm moving office, and that's pretty much it. We are in winter, so I'd like to talk about winter today. I think it would be nice to have a theme, so we're going to talk about winter and seasons. So I've got a few things that I want to share with you, and I want to hear your thoughts and have kind of a bit of Q&A about winter. But of course, please ask me any questions you have about English, about me, and about learning. Always you can ask that, and I will try to answer as well as I can. Atun, thank you for joining. I've seen you plenty of times. Thank you for joining today. I look forward to chatting. Okay, we've got a great group. This is fantastic. So, let's start off. Now, as I said, I want to talk a little bit about seasons today. So it's coming into winter. Now, who here is a winter person? I am not a winter person. I find it quite a difficult season to get through because I love the summer. I love the sun, and I'm a summer person. So firstly, let's just share who is a summer person, who is a winter person, or are you in between? Do you like spring and autumn? So yes, Yaman, I absolutely prefer summer. I think I did about 2 months ago, I did a seasons podcast and with Luke. And we talked about seasons then, and I'm a summer guy. I love it. Haha, Yaman, you're the same as me. You firmly say summer. Great. Why are you a summer guy? What do you like about summer? So Heidi's sharing a bit of an update about Austria. Nope, there isn't any snow in the city, but there is a lot of snow on the mountains around Innsbruck. Innsbruck? Is Innsbruck? I don't know how to say that. At the moment, it's quite stormy and cold. Okay. Yes, that sounds a little bit like England. Stormy and cold, but it's been like that for a long time. So Ogyong says, I'm not a winter person either. Rather, I like summer. Okay, that's interesting, Ogyong, because obviously you are Korean. How do you feel about the Korean summer? Because for me, I'm absolutely a summer person, but the Korean summer is uncomfortable. It is a very sweaty time. It's not easy to live in the Korean summer. So I'm kind of find myself changing in Korea. So Diane, I love all seasons as every season has its own. That is a beautiful answer. Yeah, that's wonderful. You don't have a favorite? Isn't there a favorite? I mean, here in Korea, I would say fall is the most beautiful season. But I do agree with you, Diane. Every season has its own kind of unique thing, its unique beauty. So, yeah, you're a very positive person. So Yemen has a lot of beaches. That's great. Yeah, I really want to go to Turkey. I really want to go there. And you're right, Heidi. Luke is a winter person. He loves the surfing, right? And he loves surfing in winter, which I can't begin to think about doing. I've tried surfing, I like it, but in winter, not a chance. We've got my student here, Sierra. Thank you for joining us, Sierra. Good to see you. I hope you're studying hard. We had a good lesson today, me and Sierra, where we were working on some pronunciation. Sierra is a very busy Thai lady, or Thai girl, I should say. And yeah, I am checking. Please study hard. So Heidi, oh, thank you. Innsbruck. Okay. Yes, that's another country. I'd like to go back. I have been to Austria, but it was so long ago. Argon, you hate the freezing cold. Yeah, it's so cold in winter. So Korea is a country of extremes, I think. Diane, I think you've been here, haven't you? Yeah, so you mentioned it's very hot, sweltering hot, as you said, which is a wonderful word. Yeah, and it is. It is sweltering hot in summer, and it's freezing and dry, bone dry in winter. So we say bone dry to say that it's extremely dry, like a bone, and it's a difficult time as well. I have to make sure I moisturize every day, otherwise my skin cracks, and it's there's a lot of challenges. Diane, you live in Korea? Where do you live? I know you're Russian, right? You're Russian. I'm certain. Okay, just confirm that you're Russian and you live in Korea. If so, please tell me where you live. What part of Korea do you live in? So yeah, Ogyeong, you're a summer person. So we often say we are a season person. So I'm a summer person, winter person, spring person, and we use that when we choose what we are out of a selection of things. So yeah, I'm a summer person. I'm a coffee person. You know, there's a lot of hot drinks. I'm a coffee person. So yes, definitely. Okay, let's go through some of these. Well done, Sierra. Nice to hear it. Diane, you live in Seoul. Where in Seoul? Can you let us know? I'm in the east of Seoul. I live out in a place called Gangdong-gu, which is in the east of Seoul. It's very nice. And GH, you're back again. When to use why is it and why it is? Well, I think I need to hear more than that. Why it is in the question form. I mean, what comes to my mind? Firstly, why is it is the question form, right? Atun, we're talking about seasons today. I don't normally have a topic, but I thought it'd be nice to have a topic today, so we are doing seasons. So just going back to GH, why is it is the question form, but you may say, I don't know why it is, or if it's a question, do you know why it is something? Do you know why it is cold? But if you could give me a question and some context, maybe I can help you more with that. So Ogyeong is a spring person. Yeah, wise choice. Wise choice. It's a beautiful time of year here in Korea. Spring is fantastic. Very nice temperature. I love to go cycling. So, Argyong, can you tell me, what do you like to do in spring? Heidi is a summer person. Ah, interesting. I kind of thought that you Austrians would be winter people because obviously you have a lot of snow. You've got the skiing. I thought, in my mind, maybe I'm stereotyping you all as top skiers. Neil, hi Jack. I much prefer the summer in England as long as I don't have to sit out in your sun. In the sun, sorry. In your sun. And it's your mum, which is my mum. So my mum is watching me. Hello, mum. And, you're the opposite to Dad and I. So we like the summer. We both like the summer as well, but we like to sit out in the sun. And I really miss barbecues from back home. Summer barbecues, I love it. So, yes, Atun, the topic is seasons. So, Atun, I'm a summer person. We've got a few summer people and spring people. How about you, Atun? Are you a summer person, a winter person? Yaman, how was winter in Australia? Do you recall that? Yes, I do. It really depends where you are. So I'll quickly tell you because I could talk about this a lot, but I'll keep it brief. So winter in Australia, as I said, it depends where you are. I spent winter, I started in Sydney. And it was kind of the end of winter and the weather is really changeable. So I remember I went to the beach. It was about 25 degrees. It was a lovely day. I had a t-shirt on. And I saw in the distance it was black clouds. And it was coming towards us. And when it came over us, the temperature dropped to like 5. And I was freezing and I felt awful. I caught a cold. So my memory of Australian winter in the south, kind of the south, is it's very changeable weather. Diane, you live in Marpore, sorry, my pronunciation. You're the opposite side of Seoul to me. Well, Diane, if you're ever in Sonlung, I hope you're familiar with Sonlung, let me know. Come and drop by. I have a new office. You're very welcome to come and have a cup of tea. But let me know. I'm over there. So I know it's a little bit far from you. Heidi, yes, you're right, but I'm the exception. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I kind of just have this image of Austrians love skiing. I went to Austria and I went skiing, and it was wonderful. It was really incredible, actually. Such deep snow. So, Atun from Indonesia, you have 2 seasons. Careful the difference between weather and seasons. So, you're talking about seasons, right? The rainy season and the summer season. I guess that's what you mean. So, we call that, do you call it, I think, the monsoon season? Here in Korea, they call it the wet season or the monsoon season. So, you like both of that summer. So, you like the summer. So when is the summer for you in Indonesia? Is it kind of I'm just trying to think, kind of like October, November, December, January, February, or is it the opposite? When is the summer for you? Ogyong, I love to see baby green plants, flowers, and new nature lives. Yeah, new nature's lives. Okay, yeah, Good answer. So do you go out of Seoul? For me, yeah, I love to get out of Seoul, and I totally agree with you. It feels fresh and it feels like the land is coming alive again, because in winter it really dies. The grass goes brown and there's no leaves on the trees, of course, so it feels like the land is waking up. It's a wonderful time of year. The only slight, and I shouldn't be so negative, but the slight difficulty in spring is what Koreans called hwangsa, which is the yellow dust. I don't know if any other countries have this, but yellow dust comes from China, the desert, and it's not particularly pleasant at that time of year. Okay, I'm getting a bit of a sore throat. Good question, Heidi. I don't. I'm so sorry, I don't. Actually, we went to a ski resort, and it was about 12 years ago, a long time ago, and we were just near a very, very small town. We weren't near any of the big cities, so I can't tell you, unfortunately, but it was absolutely wonderful. And yeah, Diane, come for a brew. I can't promise that my brew is very good. I certainly can't give you a nice English tea, like a afternoon tea, but I got a couple of nice teas in the office, so yeah, I do my best. So yeah, man, most of the people don't like English weather. Always dark. Yeah, I do like the weather. It gets me calm. I'd change. It gets me calm. I would change that to it makes me feel calm, or it calms me down. Yeah, I would say it makes me feel calm. So yeah, there's a lot of negativity about British weather, and I kind of understand it can be difficult, but just remember, if you go in summer, it's not that bad. It's pretty good. It's the winter that's the problem. So just be careful with when you go. Certainly, kind of June to October, you should be okay. Oh, I mustn't touch the table. It shakes. So let's catch up. There's a lot of chatting today. I love it. Thank you. So sorry, I meant like both of the session. Is it seasons? Ogyong, spring also gives me a new energy for the coming year after long cold winter. Totally agree, yeah. The days are getting longer, right? And there's more colour, and the sky is often clear and nice, and it's a lovely time of year. It's wonderful. I totally agree. And yeah, possibly Heidi. Yeah, I don't know. So you are near Tyrol. Is it called Tyrol? And you're not as famous as Mozart. Yes, I imagine that's true. Yeah, I honestly can't remember. If my dad was watching, he could tell you. But unfortunately, I can't remember. So, GH has another question. Can round year be used in the same context as whole year? And thank you. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you. It's not easy, I have to kind of freestyle a little bit sometimes, but I'm glad you find it easy to understand. I'll keep trying. So, round year versus whole year, it's different. And I think what you're referring to is year round. So, for example, what can we say? Hawaii gets year-round sunshine. So that would refer to the whole year having sunshine. So in that case, it's the same kind of meaning. Year-round means all of that year, it's kind of non-stop throughout the year. So, but round year, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that, but I think what you mean is year-round. So year-round sunshine, perfect. We love year-round sunshine. And then the whole year obviously refers to the whole year. Yes, right, GH. So I think that's what you meant, year-round. So hopefully that answers your question. And there's Dad with the answer. Heidi. Neil says we weren't far from Salzburg. So Heidi, you were bang on. You were absolutely right with your guess. We were near Salzburg. So let's see. Yaman, there is no reason for that. It's obviously Ireland. Are you referring to Ireland? I'm not sure if I'm understanding that correctly. Ireland as in the country? Let me know. I'm not sure. So Diane, Korea gets really beautiful in spring with cherry blossom, but I am always sleepy in spring. Yeah, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? So as far as I understand, there's kind of a mental, what can we say? is something that a lot of people experience. I don't want to say a mental problem, but it's something that we have to kind of deal with during spring, where we feel kind of sleepy and some people feel down. That means that they're not feeling particularly happy during the springtime. And there's a name for it, but I can't remember what it's called in Korean. Maybe, Ogyeong, could you help? There's a spring sadness, and there's a name for it, and that's kind of a phenomenon here in Korea. Heidi, you're meeting my dad. This is an interesting conversation, but yes, thank you. Thank you for explaining that, and thanks to Dad for confirming. Salzburg. Oh, there you go. So, Ogyeong came up with the Korean, so I think it's kind of like a spring sadness. And Nevers Singh, hello, thank you for joining us. Where are you from, Nevers? And can you, am I saying your name correctly? I feel like I'm not, but I'm going to say Nevers, and can you just confirm? But thank you for joining. Let me know if you have any questions. So, interesting question from Yaman. Last week, Jose Mourinho appointed Tottenham, and the people say, come back to the dugout. What does it mean? Okay, so firstly, I just want to quickly correct something. Jose Mourinho was appointed by Tottenham. It's the passive voice. So Tottenham appointed Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho was appointed by Tottenham. Now, come back to the dugout. If you imagine you've got a football pitch, on the side of the pitch, there's a small area with seats that are sunken into the ground sometimes. But anyway, there's some seats for the manager and the subs. The subs for the football players, substitutes, sorry, to sit down. That area is called the dugout. So it's the side of the football pitch where substitutes and the manager sit. So, Nevers, can you tell me speaking? I don't understand your question. Could you give me a more specific question and I will help you as much as I can? And that, I think, I'm up to date with all the questions so far. Oh, a couple more coming in. How we can get good band in writing. Now, Nevers, are you talking about IELTS? Can you confirm that you're talking about IELTS? I assume so. I do teach IELTS and I'm working on my own IELTS program. So if you can confirm that, I'll help you out if I can. So GH, what do you think about Manchester United and what kind of solutions can get Manchester United as it used to be? GH, if I knew the answer to that, I'd take over from Solskjaer. But I do have some thoughts. I think that we need to get a better coach. I'm sorry, that's probably not good as a Manchester United supporter, but we need a good coach like Pochettino, and then we need to just give it time. And don't worry about the results. We need 2, 3, 4 years to rebuild. So that's my answer, GH, but it's a very painful question. So, Nevers, yes, I asked you IELTS writing. Now, obviously, Nevers, I can't check your writing, so I can't give you specific feedback, but I can give you a few pointers. Firstly, I would just say, try to find some structures that you can use and you can repeat. So for me personally, I have a basic set of 5 structures. I teach it to my students and then they can repeat that and just repeat it for any essay. That's very important. You need to prepare yourself as much for any answer that you can give or for any question that you can face. So that's number 1. Try to get some good structures written by a good teacher. Secondly, practice paraphrasing. Get a list of synonyms for key words like increase, decrease, problem, problem, issue. Just try to get a nice set of synonyms for these different keywords. And that should help you a lot. Nevers, I can't check your writing. I'm too busy. If you were here in Korea and you could attend my academy, I could do that. But unfortunately, I can't do that kind of job over the internet. But who knows? In the future, maybe I will expand to an online program. But I will let you know. I have lots of plans for IELTS, so I'll let you know. And I will have my own structures available online soon as well. So yeah, ask me your IELTS questions. You're welcome to. Yeah, man. I don't understand that word dusted. Dusted. In what context, Yaman? Can you give me a bit more context? I mean, dusted comes to my mind. It's just dusting the house, getting rid of the dust. Or you can say done and dusted, which means something is finished. So, can you just give me some more context, Yaman? Ogyong, Chungongjung is, as you put it as well. You put it in the English. It means spring sleepiness. All right. It is specifically sleepiness. Yeah, so Diane, there you go. You've got a name for your spring issue. So you got a question for me. Could you please explain the difference between these phrases? To fill someone in and to bring someone up to speed. I would say that they are synonymous. Very sorry. I would say that they're synonymous. To fill someone in means to give someone the news or all the news in order to bring them up to date. Okay? So you are bringing someone's knowledge up to date with the current information. And it's the same with to bring someone up to speed. So actually today, maybe you saw I did a business idioms video, a lesson. And those kind of phrases would be great, to do like a business phrases lesson. They're really great for using in business, particularly to bring me up to speed, for example. So Nevers, can you tell me vocabulary is important for IELTS writing or not? Some people that think that writing only depends on vocabulary. It's really important. It's really, really important, because if you can get the structure, remember, IELTS exam, you're trying to pass the exam. You're not trying to be a great writer. Obviously, I hope you do try to become a great writer, but if you're trying to pass this exam, you've got to train yourself for that exam. So, try and get those structures ready. And yes, you need vocabulary, but try to make a word bank. So, for example, there are roughly 10 topics that you can cover in the IELTS writing. So let's say you have those 10 topics, and within each topic, try to have 10 key vocabulary. That would be great. On top of that, you need synonyms for keywords, as I mentioned to you earlier. Keywords such as increase, decrease, disappear, issue. These are keywords that come out all the time. So words are very important, vocabulary. Yaman, one of the footballers said that word after the match. He was talking about referee, dusted. I don't know. I'd have to see. So I'm sorry, Yaman. I can't help you with that. I'm not sure. Without hearing the full kind of expression. Atun, yeah, you're totally right, Atun. I have to drink. I totally forgot to bring some water with me. And I always have water next to me because I teach all day today. So you can probably hear I'm losing my voice. But thank you, Atun, for noticing that. Ramdani, thank you for joining us. Jack, any advice to not translating while speaking? That's a very good question. And something that I think a lot of students should think carefully about. I think especially here in Korea, my students translate a lot, way too much. Okay, they translate way too much. So here's my advice. You have to train your brain. you have to start out simple. Now, I don't know your level, Ramdani, but you have to start out simple. So you can start out by labeling things with your brain. So as you look around the room, you can label things. Okay, computer, printer, door. That's really basic, but a good way to start. The next level is to look around and comment. So, oh, it's a really nice day today. And by the way, this is in your head, okay? It's a really nice day today. I'm feeling really hungry. Something smells really nice. So that's the next level of using your brain in English. Finally, just think in English. So what do I need to do today? I need to do this, this, and this. Or you can think about a diary. So in order to stop translating, you have to train your brain to think in English. So Ramdani, is that okay? Let me know. I hope that's useful advice. I have mentioned that, I think on... I think I've done a video about that, actually. You're welcome, Nerver. Thank you for your questions. I give an all two-time exam. What did not get good band? Okay. 5. Okay. Well, think about those things that I told you. Obviously, I can't help you directly, but make sure you get that vocabulary, word banks, lots of synonyms, and work on your paraphrasing. Atun, to be a native speaker, should we learn idioms? Good question. I think I would say yes, but only learn them in context. Don't learn lists of idioms. You don't need idioms to communicate, but it can be quite a fun way to learn and to develop your English. I would say more useful than idioms are phrasal verbs. So, we use phrasal verbs so much in English. It's just often we use it instead of perhaps a better vocabulary, a more accurate vocabulary. So I would say to you, try to get a nice balance of phrasal verbs and idioms and just enjoy it. Don't learn lists. It's very, it's not good for your English, really. Thank you, Ogyong. Yes, I am healthy. I got a bit of a sore throat. So perhaps after this, I'm going to have some, what's it called? The little hot drinks. Ogyong, help me. The hot drinks, and you buy them from the convenience store, and it really helps kind of soothe your throat and feel healthier. I can't remember the name, but they're really nice. Okay, let's catch up. I think I've missed a few things. GH, I totally agree with you. But with all due respect, we need to get England players out of the team because they are not talented enough except Shaw, and replace them with good players out of England. GH, I agree with you to some extent. I would say that, yes, our England players are not good enough. So the England players in Manchester United are not particularly at that level. So yes, Shaw is struggling. Jones, get him out. But I would say that there's lots of English talent that we could bring into the side. So I think we just have the wrong English players. Oh, I'm enjoying talking about football. It's not normal. Okay, Nevers. Okay, we talked about that. Just catching up with everyone now. There's lots of talking, so I'm enjoying this a lot. Tour number. I need good teacher. Nevers, I don't know. I can't really give you. I can just say that if you Google IELTS Advantage, there's some great stuff on there. It's incredible, actually. He has so much good content, and it's so much of it's free. So I'll just put that in. I'll just write that down, actually, because it is so good. I think it's called IELTS Advantage. If you Google IELTS Advantage, really wonderful. Okay, yeah, man. For example, my grammar is awful, but I do constantly speak. I do focus on the meaning. Yeah, so your English is very good, Yaman, and it seems that you really focus on real kind of content-based stuff. So, you enjoy talking about traveling and a little bit of football and things like that. So that's really, really good. Your English is great. You're really on the right track. Oh, by the way, on the right track, that means you are going in the right direction. And Argyong, I'm waiting for the, what is it called? That small drink that you buy. It's warm and it really makes you healthy. I can't remember the name. Diane, how can we answer when someone says you never know? Is it okay to say, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's perfect. If someone would probably say to you, you never know. And you say, yeah, right, or yeah, that's right. That would be perfect. Or yeah, exactly. Both of those are good answers. So good, well done. Okay. Yeah, yeah, man. Soju, that's not what I had in mind. That is not what I want to drink right now at all. But you are right. It is a popular Korean drink. Ramdani, yes, thanks, Jack, for your suggestion. Somehow, I feel that the more I learn English, the more I'm afraid to make a mistake. That's very common. That's very common. So, I think, I don't know with that, obviously it's easy for me to say, don't worry about making mistakes. It's so easy to say that, but actually I think there has to be some methods in place and some kind of strategies to not have that feeling. So, I just say to you, Ramdani, try to be very active, proactive, join these streams like you did today. So, this is great. And try to join groups and just really be using your English, because I think the more you're producing English, the less you're thinking and worrying. That's what I would say. Let's see. Have I missed Nevers? And if I miss someone's question, I'm really sorry. The things are going up quite quickly today, so the messages are going up quite quickly. Nevers, how can we improve listening skills? Listening skills are really about just getting input. It sounds too easy, but I really recommend to you just really increase how much listening you're doing. But I would say one extra thing about that. Try to... Atun, I'll be here until another 20 minutes, about 15-20 minutes. So when you're trying to improve your listening, try to get two types of listening, okay? Get relatively easy listening that you can understand at least sort of 50-60% or around there, and you can kind of have a good understanding and enjoy. Okay, that's important. But I also think you have to have listening that's way above your level. So when I learned Korean, I listened to the radio. And the radio was really hard. It was just really quick, and I could understand like 5%. So you should be getting something that's way above your level, and just try to understand as much as you can, because it trains you to listen. It trains you to pick out words. It's very good to train you for real conversation. So that's what I would say. Lots of listening, and try to get two types, easy and hard. I missed one from Yaman, I think. Oh yeah, may I sit here or can I sit here? Both are fine, but remember, Yaman, in English we like, particularly in England, we like politeness. And if you are confused and you're thinking, should I choose polite or not? Always go towards politeness. You'll never upset anyone if you're polite, but you could upset someone if you're impolite. So I would say, may I sit here? Alternatively, I would say, would you mind if I sat here? Would you mind if I sat here? Okay, that's a really polite way of asking a question if you can do something. Okay, good question. Ogyeong, no. Yulmucha, Yujacha, Ginger Tea. No, it's not those. I can't remember, Ogyeong. I'll keep thinking, but you buy it from the convenience store. It's in a small bottle. You have to unscrew this metal cap, and it's warm, and it really makes you feel better again. Maybe Diane knows as well. But thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, Yaman, do you mind? Do you mind if I sit here? Do you mind if I sit here? That's a really good one as well. So just remember, there's two little bit difficult structures. Do you mind if I sit here? Or would you mind if I sat here? Those two are both polite, but would you mind is the more polite. That's the most polite. It's a very nice way of speaking. I like politeness, by the way, so I always like to teach the polite expression. Diniz, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and thank you for joining. Is it important to get a good partner to practice? I wouldn't say it's important. I'd say that it's very beneficial, but if a lot of people can't get a good partner, so you have to find ways. Like you are now, you're joining a live stream. That's a great way of interacting, but I know it's not ideal. We want to be speaking, but I would say that yes, it's very good if you can get a partner, particularly someone that you can just kind of enjoy the language with and give each other a little bit of feedback on what you're saying. So yes, I'd say it can be very beneficial. Atun, why? Already, yet, and just can use on perfect tense, but in USA can use on simple past tense and perfect tense. Okay, good question. And I'm running out of voice, so I will keep going. I think I've got another 10 minutes in me. You can use already, yet, and just with the present perfect and the past simple in both American English and British English. But the difference between American and British is British use the present perfect a lot more. We love the present perfect. We use it very often in our speaking. So I always recommend to my students, because they want to learn British English with me, I recommend, use those adverbs and use them with the present perfect, because they are very powerful ways of changing your message when using present perfect. But you can use it in both present perfect and past simple. So that's just Americans tend to use past simple. Okay. Diane, it's not pankol. No, it's not pankol. It's keep trying. Sanghwatang. There it is. Ogyong. Thank you. Sanghwatang. That's what I was thinking of. Absolutely right. I love it. It really. Actually, I've got some in the house. So after this, I'm going to put it in the microwave, and that will help my voice again. Okay. Have I missed anything? Nevers. In my last exam, I given good speaking and confidence, but why the examiner not give the good score? Why does this happen? I can't say without hearing your speaking. It could be, obviously confidence is a big thing. And content, making sure that you say a lot. But how's your grammar? I don't know how your grammar is. Do you have good grammar accuracy? That's quite an important thing in the IELTS exam. So grammar accuracy is a big one. Let me know. So Hogyong, yes. Sanghwatang, I love it. I have ginger flavored in the house, which is wonderful. Okay. Atun. Okay, yeah. So Atun, I don't know if you know, but I'm starting a grammar tense series. Okay, so I'm doing a grammar tense series. I started with present simple. I'm going to work my way through, and it will be really in-depth. And I will get to present perfect in the next maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and I'll include that topic, okay? I promise. Songjun, there he is. In terms of using, nice to see you here. In terms of using may or can, it depends on the situation. Like, can I get the bill, please? Instead of may I get the bill, please? Yes, it is situational. So there are certain cases where it's absolutely fine. Yes, Can I? It would be correct with the bill, but personally, I would be polite and I would say, could I? Could I get the bill, please? But can I is absolutely fine. As you said, it's situational. But I tend to err on the side of politeness. What am I missing? Yeah, man, I've seen in the train station on the floor, mind the gap. It's interesting because I was expecting stay away from. Yeah, right. Now, I tell you why. There is a reason. And my voice is disappearing, but I will try. I keep going. The reason is if you say stay away from the gap and the train arrives, then we can't get on the train. Because if we stay away from the gap, we can't get on the train. So I think that's why mind the gap means just be careful that a gap is there. So the gap is really referring to the arrival of the train and the gap between the platform and the train. So it's a good point. Maybe there should be like a stay away from the tracks. But again, yeah, that kind of, it can be confusing when the train arrives. Atun, yeah, I'll wait. Careful, I'll wait. And yeah, I'm going to really do an in-depth grammar series. I hope you enjoyed Present Simple. I really, I tried to give some kind of extra tips and extra ideas, so hopefully that helps you with that. Nevere, thanks, sir. You give me more motivation about IELTS. I'm very happy, yeah. Motivation is a big thing, a big thing. So, keep studying. And as I said to you, please check out that IELTS Advantage. I think that would be a huge help for you. I'd love to help you more, but my content for IELTS is still kind of in an early stage. But check out IELTS Advantage. So I think I'm up to date with all the questions. And you know what? I had so much planned today but I haven't been able to cover it. So I've got lots to talk about next time. We kind of covered seasons today. I think I'd like to make my live streams a bit more topic based. So I think we'll have like today was seasons and next time maybe Christmas or something like that. So yeah, I'll answer a few more questions because we've still got a bit more time. Songjun, all right, thanks, bro. Nice to meeting you again. Yeah, nice to see you again as well. I really kept in touch with everything you're doing, on the videos. So I hope everything's going well. Ogong, I'd like to know the difference of pronunciation between you are and your. Okay, this is something I teach a lot because I always stress to my students, you must contract, you must contract. Contract means to put these words together. So you are, you contract to make your. And just a little tip for IELTS, in the IELTS speaking, contract, okay? That's a big thing. Simply, you are is 2 syllables. So you are, but your is 1 syllable. So there's no difference between your, as in you are, and your, as in the possessive, Y-O-U-R. It's the same pronunciation, your, okay? What am I missing? Ramdani, I appreciate your effort, Jack. Thank you. Always listen to your podcast while commuting. That's fantastic. Thank you for listening to that. With Luke. Luke Thompson. Yeah, we'd love to do a collaboration. And I'm sure, that kind of thing could happen. We need to grow. I don't think we're a big enough podcast to really approach them yet, but we have lots of ideas in mind and we're going to be collaborating with people in Korea more. But we are growing, and to everyone on this live, please check out the podcast if you haven't. I hope it's useful for your learning. And if you watch the video on my channel, I always put 10 vocabulary on each video, so you can kind of learn vocabulary as well. But yeah, thanks for that suggestion, Ramdani. We will work on it. with lots of exciting things planned, and we will try. Heidi, are there any phrases instead of "How are you" and "How's it going"? How's it going? Because I have some tandem language partners whom I contact daily, but I always use these phrases. Yeah. So one thing I would say is, firstly, don't worry about repeating yourself. You know, in England, we meet each other every day, and hey, how you doing? How are you? So I usually say, how are you doing? But I say it quickly, how are you doing? But you know, on top of that, you can add other questions like how was your day? How was your week? You can ask kind of small talk questions like, how's the weather there? Or if you're in different countries, of course. So try to kind of brainstorm some small talk questions you can use, but don't be afraid to say, how are you or how are you doing every time, because that's what native speakers do. Nevert, so you can tell me about writing nowadays. IDP gives the IELTS essay like GT test. Why IDP do this same essay for academic test, which is more difficult for 12? I don't know, sorry. I don't know the answer to that question, to be honest. Let's just cover Yaman's and then we got to wrap this up. Yaman, also in Ireland, everyone says, hi, yeah? What is more, hi, yeah? Higher? Do you mean higher? I don't know. I don't know hi, yeah, but I sometimes say higher, which is H-I-Y-A, and the A is a schwa sound, so it's higher, higher. But yeah, hi, yeah, I don't know. I'm quite unfamiliar with the Irish. I think you know more than me, Yaman. You're going to meet lots of Irish when you go to Australia, for sure. So, if that's it, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much. This has been a real pleasure. You know, we've had a lot of people, a lot of interaction. Thank you to the regulars like Heidi, Atun and Diane and so many more. And thanks to the new people who joined like Ramdani and of course Nevert. There's some great questions today. And of course the main man Yaman, who's here every time, always got some good questions. So thank you so much for joining. And as I said, I think it would be great to do more topic-based streams. So I tell you what, I think we'll say in 2 weeks, I'll do a live stream and the topic will be Christmas, because I love Christmas. I'm a Christmas person. I love Christmas so much. I just love all of the traditions around Christmas, the festivities, all of those things. So next time we're going to talk about Christmas. We'll learn some Christmas vocabulary. And as usual, I'll answer all your questions about IELTS and learning English, studying, all these different things. Oh, thank you for joining. My voice has well and truly gone. So have a wonderful night or day, whatever time it is where you are. Thanks for joining and see you again soon. Bye-bye.